Salford and Widnes. A match both teams will be desperate to win for slightly different reasons, other than the obvious league points which are at stake. Salford languishing at the foot of Division 1, having conceded no less than 222 points and only having claimed the scalps of fellow strugglers Lee so far this season. And it's Kevin Tomaty's third game in charge, and he has at least had a good 2 weeks to breathe a new optimism into his squad after the virtually complete collapse at Hull a fortnight ago. Hopefully, his formula of moving forward, mastery of the basic skills and his demands of a high level of professional discipline will launch Salford on the road to success. He's made the important decision to put his faith in the existing squad for the moment and feels that knitting them together as a unit, committed to one another on the park, is the ingredient that will bring success. Widnes, on the other hand, have lost course just a little since they deservedly won the World Crown against Canberra with a devastating exhibition of rugby that brought them a 30 points to 18 victory. The crown has slipped, however, just a little since, as newcomers Sheffield in the league and Warrington in the Lancashire Cup have breached the Chemics' invincibility. Both demonstrated that the game must be taken to this fierce team, good tackling, closing down the middle, preventing the points machine of a backline running and forcing errors. And I'm sure Kevin Tomaty saw how Warrington forced this Widnes team into 21 errors in that devastating victory they had in the Lancashire Cup. Skippers in the middle. David Kearns back, Salford tonight. Gibson, Evans, Bentley, Hadley, Williams, Kerry, Kearns, Sherratt, Moran, Blease, Worrell, Rampling, Brooke Cowden, with Jones and Gormley on the bench. And a very makeshift Widnes team with Dave Marsh, Kebby, Courier and Wright in the centre, Martin of Fire left wing, Jonathan Davis at out half and Paul Hume with number 7. Pike, Smith, Grimmer, O'Neill, Moriarty and Mackenzie up front, and Devereux and Jason Critchley on the bench. So everything to play for, and certainly Widnes have had very much the easier opening to the season and have as yet, apart from Canberra, met nobody of significance as yet. But it's Widnes in possession, trying to drive this ball out of the 25. It's a good charging run by new man Richard Moriarty, one of the rugby union converts from Wales. And the first penalty of the evening going to Widnes for a little infringement in that tackle. Referee for tonight's game is referee Asquith. Touch judges Molyneux and Mean, and Hume slips one out to O'Neill, this veteran player, and Salford certainly getting in early. 3-man tackles, pushing Widnes back. Certainly this is the way to cope with this Widnes team. There's absolutely no way through there, but it looks as if there's been a punch thrown in there. The Widnes player is certainly hurt. It's Tony Rampling who's getting the thick end of referee Asquith's tongue as timeout is called and some repairs take place. But he's a hardy lad. This new import at number 9, Dave Smith. He's quickly up and about as the second penalty goes the same way as the first two Widnes. Jonathan Davis, accustomed to the out half spot, not played there often rugby league wise, but certainly rugby union, and his mercurial touch will no doubt be supported by the Widnes followers. It's Widnes in the Salford half. And O'Neill charging on, getting that ball away. It was a risky one. Thrown out by very noticeable, not who's on the Widnes team tonight, but who's actually missing. That look forward, very much so. Again, Salford getting up very quickly, forcing errors, and that's certainly the first. It's a careless ball back inside. Mackenzie trying to switch the attack, but being forced into acting very, very much too quick. the result is a scrum down, and it looks as if Salford are going to take advantage with a ball from the scrum. David Cairns back after his concussion. Mark Moran also back in the team after ankle problems and a bout of flu, and relegated to the bench is Ian Gormley. But the penalty goes Salford's way for that scrum infringement, differential penalty, and it's Gibson kicking. This is a new piece of the formula, but it's a belter. Pushes the game almost back to the Widnes 25. And Sherratt thunders in on over the 25 line. This time it's Blease, really looking as if he means business. And Salford have certainly got to play a disciplined game tonight. Again, a Brooke Cowden plundering yards out of this Widnes defence on the left-hand side. There's certainly a newfound bit of fire about this Salford team. And they're going for the try, and it's Sherratt charging at the line. My goodness me, he's only 2 yards short. That was quick thinking by Steve Curry. Penalty was taken. The ball's going to be switched out on this long side. Blease in, and it's ball lost. Widnes back in possession. Blease wasn't the best of passes. And certainly these Salford forwards getting into this tattle early. They must close down this very fast Widnes team. Moriarty knocked to ground by McWorrell. And this time it's offside by Salford. Referee Asquith, very, very quick. Third penalty for Widnes. Punted into touch by Jones. This try-scoring machine flicks it inside to Ayres. And it's Hume trying his best to orchestrate things, and O'Neill seems to be coming on third man. And they'll certainly miss Sorensen in these defensive positions. And a lot will be expected of Joe Grimmer tonight. And oh, that's a flighted one. That was a careless one by Pike, but he feeds it through brilliantly, and Davies took well, and Rampling's into tackle hard. Slip back inside. Fifth tackle. And there's a man hurt. Certainly this tackling by Salford is the most fierce we've seen this season. Man's down. And he doesn't look as if he's going to get up too quickly. I'm not sure who it is from here. But this is certainly fierce tackling by Salford. Really setting about the task with some venom. It's Derek Pike. Jonathan Davies, it's up, it's high, it's in the danger zone, but Gibbo's underneath. And I'm afraid Moriarty's going to be given a free run. He throws it out. It didn't look as if it was a legitimate ball, and he's plunged into touch. That was good cover defending, but that was a perfectly flighted ball by Jonathan Davies. He got it high, he got it in the right place. Gibbo was underneath it, but it bounced free, and Moriarty almost made a scoring situation. But the penalty goes to Salford. Salford's second penalty, relieving the pressure. And Blease again. Looked to be a high one from Grimmer. But certainly Tamati wants these forwards running straight. He's made that quite clear. He wants them running straight, he wants direct rugby, he wants rugby that's mastered the basics, he doesn't want simple mistakes, he doesn't want unprofessional penalties given against his team. And tonight's going to be a big testing time for the Salford squad. But in all honesty, Widnes have not found this a happy hunting ground in the last 4 seasons. Salford have won 3 of the last 4 games here at the Willows in the league. That's Sherratt. Dave sees it, flicks it back inside. This is beautiful rugby. My goodness me, there's a new spirit about the way the Reds are running. Short side, Kerry to Worrell dummies. Gets it away, Hadley to, and it should be a try, but it's a beautiful last-ditch tackle. It's a brilliant tackle. Excellent late tackle by Darren Wright rather, making that lovely break by Salford. Ineffective. Widnes back in possession. O'Neill looking for space, but Salford certainly up front have been making progress when in possession, and they were cutting this Widnes team down in yardage. Here's a good one. Stop this man Kebby getting away, and he's a very fast, but he's been tackled brilliantly by Hadley. Hadley in his unaccustomed position in the centre, but I'm sure if Kevin Tamati wants straight runners, then Hadley's your man. He's had very limited opportunities out on the wing. In fact, the very criticism Tamati's made of Salford highlighted no better than in both wing positions, where Tex Evans and Adrian Hadley have never had clear space on the wings, with centres running crab-like across the pitch. And back again, encroaching on the 10 yards. Referee Asquith quite determined to keep these two teams apart, and it does look as if we might be having the first attempt at points tonight for Salford. Steve Kerry opting for the kick. He's 35 yards out, he's well to the left of the post. Perfect conditions for kicking. Nice firm surface. No wind to speak of. And he's already been out on the pitch having a little practice, so there can't be any excuses. It's just 11 minutes of this game gone. He's got it high, he's got it straight, and the crowd tell me it's there. It is, in fact, it's the opening score of the night. It's a nice goal from Steve Kerry to open the Salford account after just 11 minutes of this game. Evans acts as charge hand, taking that ball out of the 25. And Blease takes a 3-man tackle. Again, Sherratt plundering yards. It's another 5. This is certainly what Tamati wants. He wants a bit of progression on every play. Ex-Widnes man Bentley soon closed down all the way through. Brimmer surrenders to the tackle. One of the increasing number of graduates in rugby league is Brimmer. out on the wing. Kebby already scored 11 tries. Tex Evans in to finish the tattle off. And it does look as if he's been hurt in that. That's a good tattle, but O'Neill's on the rampage. He's going to be tattled well. And this man's just hung on, but he's got him away. And it does look as if it's a try out on the right. That was from way back in Widnes territory. It was Andy Courier who took the final pass from Martin Afire, who'd come inside to add numbers on the right hand side, created the space, put Curry away, and it's the opening try of the evening to this lad, who at the moment appears to be on the transfer list at something in the region of £200,000. So with just 15 minutes of this game gone, Jonathan Davis fails to add the conversion points, so it's 4 points to 2, Widnes in the lead. Little lesson to be learned there. That was from a play the ball situation. Widnes got away, made quick ground on the right, and once you've got men like Courier and Afire in free space, there's not many defences are likely to pull them back. There's Kebby once more. Had a disastrous start to rugby league and was signed from Broughton Park last season, and within 2 weeks he'd broken his leg, and is now settling himself into the team and hopes to make a first team place his own in a squad that is probably the strongest in rugby league, where positions. That's an enormous kick. Fortunate bounce for Gibbo. Cuts away through the middle. Steve Carey. And Sherritt's little sidestep takes him an extra 5 yards. Blease flips it inside. It's a bad ball. It goes, in fact, not to hand but to knee, and the attempt to grab at the second attempt by Hadley results in a knock-on, scrum down just outside the 25. A settling in period in the centre for Adrian Hadley. Widnes take. Derek Pike. This is the man they've got to close down. They've got to stop this lad getting the ball away. Absolute artist with the little short pass. As already mentioned, Widnes haven't had the most punishing of starts to the season. With victories over Wakefield, Leigh, Featherstone, Hull and Salford, and a defeat at the hands of newcomers Sheffield. So, given the team they're turning out tonight, given the history of results between these two teams here at the Willows, this is probably the stiffest test they've had in the league so far. Ben Gibson, a long raking left boot, it's an absolute gem. Absolutely brilliant kick, pushes the game 50 yards deep into Widnes territory, and the scrum something like 24 yards from the Widnes line. Widnes take. That's a beautiful little sidestep. Jonathan Davis was just given half a yard there and he came inside brilliantly. Certainly noticeable how these Salford forwards are getting the tackling done. Courier gets it away to Breen. Brilliantly taken. Williams taking nothing from Kebby there. But Courier gets him away yet again. Salford cover was there, thankfully, but they've succumbed to that little short ball on the very, very narrow side 2 or 3 times this season. Salford surrendered tries by not being awake to the situation, but they've managed to plunder that from the scrum. This time it's a knock on. They play the ball, scrum down, Widnes to feed. That could be a costly mistake. It's characteristically the ball goes out. Jonathan Davis on the switch round, but Rampling determined to put him to ground. Sherratt, Blease, Rampling making the tackles count. Ball's dropped, fly kicked on, and it's going to be restart 25. It's just going to make the dead ball line. It does, and there's something off the ball, I think. I can only imagine that. There's a Widnes player down. The touch judge, referee as he was, Mr. Mean, on the far side with the yellow flag, is on the pitch. He's seen something. This could be disastrous for Salford, and this is perhaps typical of the indiscipline that we've suffered in recent weeks that's cost points. I'm not sure who it is. But it's certainly going to be a penalty conceded by Salford. I think it's Brooke Cowden, loose forward. And what was a comfortable position for Salford has very, very quickly been converted into a penalty for Widnes. And according to the referee Asquith, he charged in late after the ball, and Davis will be delighted to punish Salford with a 30-yard kick. So Salford again paying the penalty. Defending their own 25. Little run around with O'Neill, but that produces no yardage at all. And the ball's run loose, and it's Salford back in possession. It's 25 minutes of this game gone. It's very, very tight. It's 4-2 for Widnes at the moment. Both teams finding gaps very difficult to find. Ian Sherratt. Well tackled by Moriarty. Steve Carey. Absolutely nowhere to go there. Oh dear, that doesn't look good at all. That was a very hurried kick by Steve Gibson. Goes to his opposite number, Dave Marsh. Jonathan Davis looks for the gap, but he's driven into the ground by Brooke Cowden and David Cairns. Well, that's nicely secured for Salford. Mark Moran slips back inside, and that's a nice charging run. That's a high tackle by Grimmer, who then went in with the fist, I think. The referee's on hand. Not only did he go high, he also drove his left, certainly his left palm, into Blease's face, and the penalty will certainly bring welcome relief to Salford, because in fact Steve Kerry is going to have a go to level the scores from 45 yards. So it's 23 minutes, 24 minutes of this game gone. Steve Kerry attempting to level the scores out at fours as a result of that little bit of naughtiness by Joe Grimmer. He's got it high, but it's not going to reach, I don't think. It drops under the bar. Fullback Marsh receives and then takes a crunching tackle from Tony Rampling. That's a good ball, and he's put away. Grimmer, who bursts away from one man, and there's nobody going to catch a fire. Nobody going to catch a fire. There was a missed tackle on Joe Grimmer inside his own half by fullback Gibson. He pushed Gibson, gave him that initial half a yard and half a second of time to put away Martin Afire, who just streaked the 50 yards to the line with the greatest of ease for his 19th try of the season. So Jonathan Davis attempting to tag on the points. Oh, it's a beauty. It's very straight, it's very high. And the score after 26 minutes, 10 points to 2. So Widnes showing this amazing ability they have. They've got such pace. They're dangerous absolutely anywhere on the field. And that proved yet again both tries of Widnes coming from positions deep in their own half. O'Neill flicks it back inside to Mackenzie. And this time it's Curry picking up the pieces. Can he get the... He should have got that left wing going there. He came back inside for some reason. He got Brookhound coming at speed on his left. And now it's going to be hard work pushing yardage out of this Widnes team. Blease, Courier completing the tackle. But Moriarty shadowed his man well there. Hadley takes a very, very short pass. There's absolutely no way through a wall of black and white. Gibbo kicks for touch. Dangerous in this man's hands. Look at the speed. He just goes through. Incredible. Are you ready? He certainly has incredible balance. That's a huge kick. Absolutely huge kick. And again, he's found space of a kind, but it bobbles to Marsh, and Marsh tries to straighten up down the middle. This time Kebby well held. It's this man Grimmer, keeps the ball going. And it's still going, and it's O'Neill in possession. Fortunately, it's a drop ball. And Salford get a little chance 10 yards inside the Widnes half. Short side chosen, Kerry. But there's no way through at all. Again, it's Salford cutting out the options by running crab-like towards the wings. And they've relied all season on that. Hadley and Evans doing diagonal runs in from the wing instead of getting a good straight run at the line. And that's better. And this time it's Bentley to Hadley. Hadley flips it inside, and Williams. It was better rugby from Salford. Nice piece of work by Hadley and Williams. And Curry hangs on well. And they're going on the short side. It's Worrell. He does a little chip over the top and he crunches Marsh. Beautifully played by Worrell. Saw the option. Nicely flighted. Waited beautifully for fullback Dave Marsh, and then unceremoniously took him out of the game over the try line. Jonathan Davis. Huge kick. Tex Evans can't quite go on. Yes, that referee's absolutely right. There was a little attempt to go for the head there in that tackle. Paul Hume. And Kerry hoping to capitalise by tagging on the 2. Notably missing from Salford's team tonight, of course, is Ian Bragger, whose name has been linked for quite some time with Leeds. There's no definite news on that one at this stage, but his exclusion tonight would seem to intimate that he won't be wearing a Salford shirt again, perhaps. Kerry. It's lovely, just inside the left upright. 31 minutes of this first half, narrows the scores, 10 points to 4. So already Salford can thank the lucky stars. Kerry A has his kicking boots on, and B that Joe Grimmer and Paul Hume have been unprofessional enough to give away kicks in kicking distance. Bentley, no stranger to the black and white shirts of Widnes. That's a beautiful run by Sherratt. And he's still loose. My goodness me, what a brilliant run that was. Fully 25 yards. Kirby manages, with a little help from his friends, to pull Williams down just inside the Widnes half. And again, Widnes coming up very quickly, cutting out the ball on this left-hand side, and David Cairns almost through the gap. And it's another 6, says referee Asquith. Time to settle the game down. Moran. Short side chosen again, and Rampling goes inside, Grimmer goes high. And Mick Worrell, it's a lovely run. and he gets it away to Gibson, and Gibson's still loose, and he's going to go over for a brilliant try. Absolutely marvellous piece of play. Absolutely marvellous piece of play. Very, very quick thinking. All credit to Worrell's strength and how he managed to get that ball away, and Gibson likewise took it on like the determined player he is. Fought off two desperate late tackles, and the score should now be level. That was a beautiful try. And it's there, Curry's third of the evening. Scores level at 10 each. 35 minutes of the game gone. So what a game we have in prospect. 5 minutes to half time. Less than 5 minutes. It's even Stevens. And for once this season, Salford have capitalised on the unprofessional behaviour of Widnes, which has been a very, very pleasant change. And I'm sure Kevin Tamati will be delighted with that. There's one of the men who often acts indiscreetly. And there's a penalty this time. It's Blease pushing. And I spoke too soon about both man and act, I think, because there's no trouble for Davis here, and that was an unnecessary push by Ian Blease. So little slip, and at 37 minutes, I think I can confidently chalk this one in. Can indeed. Not only is it straight, but it's comfortably high, right through the top of the sticks. 12 points to 10, Widnes in the lead. So the first bit of careless, indiscreet behaviour by Salford is punished. It's 12 points to 10. Widnes in possession. Joe Grimmer, well held. Good David Kearns hanging on. Here's another massive clout. John Davis. Not only does he get distance, but he always seems to get space. Peter Williams, a beautiful break. Nice play, Peter Williams. Takes the game almost back to the halfway line. Beautiful running out of defence. Not sure what fullback Gibson was doing in that position. Rampling drives in and looks behind him to take the game the other way, and Kerry, well drilled Widnes defence. Short ball, this could be good. Widnes very, very quick. It's Brooke Cowan going straight again, doing the business, taking the game back into the Widnes half. And the kick again. Gibson. This time he finds space. Marsh collects. And the kick's only as good as the men following up, and Hadley does the business by taking his man out on the 25. And Rampling took a knock in that. And that's a beautiful piece of work, and it looks like another try. And that again was manufactured from nowhere, and it's Andy Currier going over for his second try. He's going to put it down behind the post. And who was it? This time it was that man Moriarty who made the initial break. Got out a beautiful one-handed pass. And away it went to Currier, who streaked away. Yet again, proving just what pace this Widnes team have in the back division. And it's Andy Currier's second of the night. Widnes is third. Terrible time to concede another try, because Davis is going to tap this one over, I'm quite sure, and open the gap to 18 points to 10. There could have only been seconds left in this first half, and in fact probably the next tattle would have seen the hooter go, but that's all history as Davis clouts over another two-pointer and opens the gap to 18 points to 10. I'm quite sure it'll be it. And there it is. I was going to say the next tattle, a terrible time to concede a try, but it's been a good half, some excellent tries. Widnes, a deserved lead. And so as Widnes prepare to start this second half, Salford in arrears 18 points to 10. It's quite clear that Rampling, who was the leading tattler in the first half, has not come out for the second, and Ian Gormley's out on the meadow. Widnes unchanged. And Gormley's first touch of the ball. And Blease charging in. And reception committee of 3. This time it's Widnes who are looking very, very busy and effective in the tattling department. And Salford making no headway at all, still ostensibly pinned in their own 25, and that's a kick that could be dangerous. Kebby clips it over, he'll be used to that from his rugby union days, and Steve Kerry's equally used to picking up the pieces as Salford retain possession. And certainly we can't say that Salford have played badly in the first half. They did give away one unprofessional penalty that cost 2 points, but on the positive side they tattled very well, and the great lesson that was learned and is probably obvious for all to see is that this Widnes team are probably more dangerous in their own half than they are in the opponent's half. All 3 tries, long ranges from deep inside their own half, showing what support, economy of ball use and speed, which in the first half certainly converted half breaks into what appeared to be very, very easy looking tries. This time it's Sherratt sweeping up, looking for more space, but Cairns brings it left. Curry to Hadley. Hadley drives in, that's good, and he's gone in again. This time Curry looking to hurt his man perhaps. Worrell keeps it going. He's the man who made the Salford try. Bit of quick thinking by Brooke Cowan. Salford on the last tattle. And is persisting with Gibbo kicking. He hoists that, it's beautiful and high. David Marsh drops it backwards. Kebby takes, and it's a crunching tattle that brings him to a stop. 5 yards inside his own 25. And again, play the ball situations. Widnes almost making the break. And it's Martin Afire, bobs and weaves, showing perfect balance. Perfect balance. Evans looking for space up the centre, but he's going crab-like again. And it's offside. It's easily offside, Andy Courier. Well spotted by referee Asquith. First penalty, and it looks as if he's going for goal. I think this has been half-time instructions. There didn't seem to be any discussion there, Curry. Looking for the chance. To put the Reds within a single score of getting back on terms. And it's not successful, but at least it clears the dead ball line, so the advantage still with Salford. 5 minutes into the second half. There's Blease. There's no way through for Blease. And he's lost the ball. And again, there's a missed tackle by Evans. And it's Bentley, a scrappy bit of play, and they should make something of this. And Hadley's got space. He gets his man away, but it's behind Peter Williams. It's behind Peter Williams. He made a quick 5 yards, but in just holding up his own progress fractionally to get a ball away behind his man, he missed Williams. Look, Sherratt now looking in midfield, charging through. Jonathan Davis completes the tackle. It's Moran. And there's a knock on. That was a great shame. I think it was David Kearns. Just couldn't quite pick up that ball that was no more than 6 inches off the ground. Can hardly blame the lad. Moran had made a half break, flicked it away, but the result is a scrum inside the Widnes 25. And this time it's offside again. Referee Asquith looking right the way along the line. He's And it's quick bit of play, and this man's loose again. And it's a brilliant tattle, half tattle should I say, and Jonathan Davis, my goodness me, he showed a quick pair of legs there, and there's an obstruction on Jonathan Davis. Referee Asquith saw it. And it was certainly nice to see Adrian Hadley. And this is another 10, this is silly. Worrell this time, I think, Mick Worrell. And I would think they're going to go for goal because the form this lad's on, there's not a lot of chance in him missing this. So he is indeed, he's going for goal. He's well out on the right. But as you can see, comfortably kickable for this lad. I'm not sure what the original decision was given for, but a fire was being tattled from behind. Now, whether it was Jonathan Davis being obstructed or a fire, I'm not too sure, but whatever the thinking, we're 9 minutes into the second half. There's been no score in this second half. And Jonathan Davis pushes it just to the left of the post. Strokes the ball beautifully. Casual style, easy swing. And an enormous clout for a man who's hardly 12.5 stone in weight. So Kerry lofts one. Salford need to get up on this. And Worrell does just that. And the ball's loose, and it's loose twice. But this time it's a knock-on, I think, and referee's giving Widnes the ball at this scrum. The ball seemed to roll loose in the first tattle, and then there was a knock-on, I think, by a Salford player. Widnes have it, and they have space. Jonathan Davis doesn't quite get away for a Kerry. O'Neill. How on earth Mackenzie got that ball, I just don't know, but thankfully Brooke Cowden was on hand to pull him down. It's a lovely switch back inside. And that was deliberate kicking in the face, I thought. The knock-on's being given. Scrum down, no advantage. As Darren Wright collected his own lost ball. Penalty to Salford. Not sure what for, going down too quickly, encroaching. And he's missed, he hasn't reached. That's fatal, absolutely fatal. Andy Courier takes advantage. And again it's Worrell. Equal second on the first half tattle count, along with Blease. Brooke Cowden up there, rampling with 25 tackles, and again there's kicking at the play of the ball. It's flicked back inside. And Mick Worrell in yet again, and it's Brooke Cowden absolutely tattling themselves to a standstill. And it's flicked inside, it's a nice one, but who is it there with a cover tattle? But yet again, Mick Worrell. The huge kicks coming in, he tries a low one. This time Williams gets it away to Gibson, very intelligent. And Hadley's got a chance. Jonathan Davis, his ex-international teammate, takes him by the ankle. It's a good tattle. Certainly the Welsh out in force tonight. Moriarty. Oh, that's a lovely ball. Now there should be something on. There most certainly should be something on. Tex Evans comes inside. Bentley, characteristic long ball, slipped it back inside. Is he going to get it away? And it's out. Nicely taken, but Hadley's just pulled down, yard inside from touch, 10 yards or so from the line. Salford asking the questions. Blease makes a charge on the line when the whole right-hand side of the field was open. I don't know what the thinking there was. Now there should be something on here. My goodness me, he's come back inside. It's Gibbo looking for his second, but who's got the ball? He's been given away to Mackenzie, and it's Widnes back in possession. My goodness me, that was very careless by Salford on that right hand side. They should certainly have capitalised, and had they had that yard of speed, I'm sure they'd have been in for a try. But it's Widnes who come back, bringing it towards the halfway line, and there looks to be an awkward injury, because whoever that is, and I have a feeling it's Sherratt, he went down and didn't move in that tackle. Oh, he seems to be coming round quickly. So we've had 14 minutes of this second half. No additions to the half-time score at 18 points to 10. Sherratt patched up, the walking wounded back on the feet, and it's Widnes in possession. Davis, flights one, he's found the space, he's come back inside. And there's certainly no quick way around that man of fire. That's a good charging run by Mick Worrell. That's, I'm sure, what Kevin Tamati wants. Good, powerful running off the ball. And again, that was a wretched pass. Beautifully taken advantage of, and Keith Bentley's got space, but again, Courier seemed to go for the head. And this is a little bit better, a little bit more composed by Salford. That seemed over elaborate. Salford lose the ball, and it's Widnes in their own half, which certainly doesn't mean the position's dead, because they can fly through the yardage. And there again, it's Moriarty making a beautiful break. Forward pass, this time Martin of Fire to Davis. I wouldn't have said forward personally, but no doubt the camera will show up whether it was, because it's absolutely in line with that ball. So the advantage with Salford, as Davy Kearns puts in. Adrian Hadley trying to push his way through the middle. Worrell to Brookcown to Bentley to Evans, and Evans runs at his man, but he's going to finish up in touch, I think. No, he's held himself in. Little bit of naughtiness there, but Salford in possession. This is where they've got to take advantage. It's a long floated ball. The cover defence is across. Williams pushes him off. Takes the tackle, but he's kept on the field of play. Hadley trying to burrow his way towards the try line. It's the last tattle. Sherratt pushes it over the line. The ball's taken. And here we go. This is dangerous from a... And it's almost lost. It is lost yet again. And it's a scrum down. But yet again, missed tattles midfield. And from a comfortable position, Salford, 5 tattles played on the Widnes line, and Widnes almost capitalised using quick hands out to the left. But they scrum down just inside the Widnes half. Nicely through, Steve Carey. Tex Evans, the first time he's had a bit of space, but very quick recovery by this winger off fire. And it does appear that half chances are certainly not enough to get through this Widnes defence. But again, Hadley took that and he was stood still, but he's strong enough to push his way back on the inside. Sherratt charging his way through. This is a lovely run by Sherratt. He's had some marvellous runs, but he's lost the ball. And it's offside. Salford, little too eager to get into the game again. And against a team like Widnes, composure absolutely essential at all times, anywhere on the field, because these lads can break. And it's Widnes now 35 yards from their own line. But again, they seem to be stuck to one another, these two Salford players, Worrell and Brookcow, and they're tackling absolutely everything that moves. Certainly Derek Pikes had a very, very quiet game for Widnes. Joe Grimm has made one very telling break. There's the kick. And it's dropped, and it's a knock-on. It's an absolute tragic mistake. That's the second high ball that's Steve Gibson's failed to take, and the pressure once more on the Reds. Just halfway through, 21 minutes of this second half gone. No score as yet in the second half. It's a penalty to Salford, which gains another 10 yards. Referee Asquith having absolutely no back chat tonight. And it gives Salford the chance to probably get out of their own half. Just a little bit of the sting gone out of some of Salford's charges, except for this man, Sherratt. He runs very strongly. He's been taking this ball to Widnes all night. It's a forward pass, says the referee. The crowd don't agree, but the ref was online. Tex had found space there after a Gormley push up the right. But the scrum is 10 yards inside the Widnes half. This time it's Salford head and ball. But it is noticeable even when Salford managed to get this ball out along the line. They're not taking it at speed, they're not taking it like that, with men under forward momentum, and the result is it's very, very difficult to get past a very fast defence who seem to be able to recover and find cover tattlers out on both flanks. And dear me, that was nicely taken by David Kearns. Hadley determined to take his man. They had a good duel, this Hadley and Courier. That's a good smother tattle. Played himself to a standstill as Mick Worrell. Oh, and it's play the ball situation again, and Grimmer bulldozes his way through, and there it's the strength of this man again, and it's well held by Hadley, and it's finished up. It's Mick Worrell who finally puts his man to ground, but again Widnes showing how I'm sure that's offside, but he's given it. That looked offside to me. The Widnes number 9 looked offside at the time Davis kicked that. But the referee Asquith has awarded the try. It's under the post, so it's certainly going to be another 6 points for Widnes. So 25 minutes of the So Joe Grimmer, who had a useful hand in the build-up to that try. But Smith scored under the post and Davis converted. Leaves the field. As Steve Kerry kicks deep. So Jason Critchley now on, number 15. It's a beautiful tackle. Widnes player injured in that tackle. Not sure who it is at this stage. It's the try scorer. Hooker. Dave Smith. Who does look like Hume. Richard Moriarty. Well, that's a good kick. Williams takes, comes back inside nicely, and he's got Hadley on the outside. Hadley straightens up, runs at Jonathan Davis, but Davis completes the tackle. Little short side run, Gormley. Can't find the space. Mick Worrell coming on at speed, gets it away to David Kearns. David Kearns is going to give him a run, and Tex Evans goes diagonal. Almost tempted to give the ball away, but hung on. Switch left, Bentley floats one. But again, there seems an abundance of black and white shirts every time there's any move towards the wings. The speed with which this Widnes side regroup in defensive positions is a pleasure to watch. I'm sure it's not from the Salford angle, but certainly for a team that has Tate, Myler, David Hume, Sorensen, Coloto and Ayres missing, this is certainly some performance by the Chemics. And there's the gap again. Moriarty gets it away beautifully. Curry sidesteps his man, and this should be another try. Kebbie's going for the line. I don't think Goham is going to stop him. It's a vain attempt. The lad tried his best. In he goes for a try, and again that swift handling, half chances, started inside his own half. Moriarty set it off. The ball was quickly pushed from hand to hand, and in the end it's Brima Kebbie who flies over for his 12th of the season. And the crowd rise to this lad, Brima Kebbie. And if this lad's struggling for a place in the first team, then I'm sure Kevin Tamati wouldn't mind having the same problem here at the Willows. Jonathan Davis looking to push it to 30, but that one goes in exactly the same spot as his last. Failure from out on this right hand side. And that's a very popular man of the match award for Salford. It's Ian Sherritt, who's actually played his heart out. He's taken this ball up to Widnes. He's being replaced at this moment. He's been carrying a bit of a limp for the last 10 minutes or so. And on the field comes Ken Jones. I'm not sure how Salford are going to regroup. For this last 10 minutes. But the penalty for that failure to keep the ball in play goes to Jonathan Davis, and the ball is back. Ken Jones, first touch of the ball, he loses it. O'Neill brings it up to the Salford defence. Critchley scavenges there for Widnes. Widnes just inside the Salford half. Nearly a touch of that very classy guile from this man, Derek Pike. Couldn't quite make anything of that bit of inventiveness. O'Neill taken well by Evans, who appears to have moved it infield. That's a nice kick, beautifully weighted. Pushes the game back to towards the Salford 25. And I'm sure Widnes will now do their utmost with the comfortable cushion of an 18-point lead to keep Salford back in this defensive position. They'll kick them back, run them back. And Salford have certainly decided to ably assist by infringing at that scrum, giving Jonathan Davis the thankful task of pushing them back within 10 yards of their own line. So the minutes ticking away. Widnes 28 points to 10 in the lead as O'Neill makes a charge on the Salford line. And I must say, of the Widnes team tonight, I've been very impressed with this man Moriarty. He's had a tremendous game. It's Evans now playing infield. I don't know whether he's in the pack or what. We'll have to wait and see for the scrum. But Jones has certainly gone out on the wing. And there's a little flick up for O'Neill, the ball's dropped away, and it's Moran who picks it up for Salford. Ian Blease takes Evans, struggles another 5 yards. That's a good run from Evans. It's not the best of balls. Bit of good fortune favoured Gibson then, and he's kicked it straight down Ofaya's throat. He's going to bring it to this right hand side of the field where there's space. Kirby is well taken by Gormley. Critchley, no way through. It does in fact look as if Peter Williams has moved into the centre. Adrian Adley's out on the wing, and Tex Evans is up front. Nice tackle by Evans. There's a sort of lethargic look about Widnes here. They're just playing this game out. They've got it where they want it. It's in the half. Jonathan Davis having a go at goal, but he fails, and it's a restart 25. But again, no loss for Widnes. The game is still at the Salford end of the meadow. That was a late ball from Kerry to Jones, but Jones easily shepherded. And again, Salford failing. Oh dear me, that was a high tackle. I don't think it's hurt Williams, and thankfully he's got up very, very quickly. There are some players who would have laid down there, but Williams, being the good professional he is, he was up in a flash. It didn't hurt him, but it could have been dangerous. And the penalty, giving Salford the chance to get back in the Widnes half. It's a good one this time by fullback Steve Gibson. 36 minutes of the game gone. Worrell on the charge. Here's another man who's played his heart out, along with his fellow forwards. And it's certainly been in the back division where Salford haven't had the pace. But then again, which other teams in the first division have got the pace to take yards out of this Widnes back division? This time Jones, is he going in? He's not. Again, there's two Widnes defenders comfortably across waiting. Evans takes the kick, it's offside, and he's given it. Can we have a Steve Curry tap quickly, please? Come on, let's see if we can make something of this. It goes out right. Charging run on the line. Little switch and he's over. He's got to be over unless he's carried back. Ah, that was good defending. And again, Widnes determined not to concede points here. Absolutely determined. They're pushing Salford back. They've an 18-point lead, but they're not surrendering any of that. And it's offside again. Courier. Tap Michael, everybody's saying, and he's going over, and he has. It's a good try. It's a good try. Andy Courier paid the penalty for that. Mick Worrell capitalised by a little bit of quick thinking. Slips himself over for a try, and referee Asquith's having a little word with Paul Hume. who was a little disgruntled at that decision, but there looked to be absolutely nothing wrong to me. So the gap closes slightly. It's the second try for Salford. It's a quick thinking Mick Worrell who gets himself on the score sheet. A little too late to alter the outcome of this match. 38 minutes of the second half gone. And Steve Curry hopefully knocking over his fourth to make it a more respectable 28 points to 16 in favour of Widnes. Bentley's forward momentum stopped just outside the 25. Martin afire, coming from the wing to do a bit of tattling. He's perhaps got a little bit chilly out on that left wing, and he's in again. Little switch by Curry, didn't produce the yardage you would have hoped for. Steve Gibson, that's straight down the throat of Dave Marsh, who makes a bit of a hash of it. The referee says it went backwards. And Marsh manages to make the halfway line. That's a knock-on. There's a little bit of delayed fancy work by Derek Pike. He's disappointed with himself. And this should certainly be a Salford take, and being as we're in injury time on my clock, this is obviously the last chance for Salford to reduce the arrears. But again, Salford stood still taking the ball. They've made no yardage at all on that. In fact, they've lost 10 yards from the last scrum. Adrian Hadley looks to plunder a little bit more yardage, and I think the next tackle is going to be the end of this game. And it's Tex Evans, keeps it going. Worrell runs out to support, gives it to Bentley. Bentley bobs and weaves as he got Moran with him, and it's a tackle, close-ish, but it doesn't alter the game. It does not alter the result.